If this was the only backpack you ever owned, you would be set for just about any adventure. What's going on, you guys? Welcome to my channel. I'm Aman Luthra, and today I'm going to be reviewing this guy. This is the Osprey Exos 58 liter pack, and I've had it for almost a year now, ever since I started out on YouTube. I've taken it on day hikes, overnight hikes, and I know a lot of people take it on their thru hikes. So I honestly think it's the only pack you'll ever need for hiking. Now, of course, it's not meant to be a day pack, but for the sake of having the fewest amount of packs possible, which is just one in my case, I think the Osprey Exos 58 does a great job of combining minimalism, comfortability, weight, and versatility. This pack also comes in 38 and 48 liter versions depending on how much you want to carry, and it also comes in small, medium, and large version sizes based on your torso size. Now, of course, this pack has its flaws just like anything else, but personally I've been able to overcome them pretty easily. So if you're planning on purchasing this pack for your next thru hike or overnight hike or even a day hike, let's find out if it's the right one for you. So let's talk about the back side of this backpack first, because one of my favorite things about the Osprey Exos 58 is that the ventilation is excellent. So one of the first things that you'll notice is that there is a giant mesh panel for your back. And you've got about 3 to 4 inches of space between the mesh panel and the pack itself, which makes it very breathable, especially for your back when you're out hiking. And it sort of has this trampoline feature on it, which also helps to increase the comfortability of it. Some other things that you'll notice is that it's built with an aluminum suspension on each side of the pack, helping to maintain the frame of it, which is also really important because it makes it really easy to put stuff in and take stuff out of your pack. And it doesn't add too much weight to the pack either. The shoulder straps are also very well designed. For the parts that directly touch your shoulders, each strap has some foam padding, and they're all built with permeable holes, which also makes it very breathable. And there's also one extra feature in the middle right here, which helps to distribute the weight across your back more easily. So for the part that's sitting on your shoulders, it doesn't feel like it's all sitting on one or the other. I have found both of these shoulder straps to be very comfortable, and adjusting the shoulder straps and the load lifters has not been a problem at all. Some of the other things that you'll notice is that you have a loop right here, which is meant for you to store your trekking poles, and they attach to this loop on the side of the pack. And each of the shoulder straps also have 2 extra additional straps built into them in case you want to hang anything on the outside of the shoulder straps. When I'm out on the trail and I'm filming, this is usually the spot that I hang my camera because it makes it so easy to put the camera there and take it off. And of course, the last thing to notice about the pack is the hip belts. They also have foam padding built into them, which also makes them more breathable. And each of the hip belts has enough surface area that it doesn't feel like there's a ton of weight sitting on one or the other hip. Now, I will say if there's one thing that I don't really like about this pack, it's the lack of hip belt pockets, but I can't really blame them because they went for a very minimal design. And the great thing is you can easily access stuff from your side pockets because they have an extra hole built into them, which allows you to easily reach in and pull stuff out. I would still prefer hip belt pockets for the convenience, but that's not something I really have to complain about. But overall, the backside of this pack is very well designed. I have found it to be very breathable and very comfortable. By the way, if you're enjoying this review so far, please give it a like and subscribe down below. Okay, now let's get back to the review. Alright, now let's talk about the front and the sides of this backpack. So the main thing to know about this pack is that you essentially have 3 different mesh pockets. So you've got one larger one in the front, and then you've got 2 smaller ones on the sides. The one on the front has a compression strap, which makes it easy to put stuff in and take stuff out. Although I do feel like the front pocket has a lot of wasted space at the bottom, because if you fill your pack up, then it becomes a little bit hard to push stuff down at the bottom. But so far that generally hasn't been an issue for me because this is usually the pocket that I put my rain gear in, and I've never really had to shove stuff down at the bottom of this pack. But that might be a burden, so just keep that in mind. And each of the side pockets are well designed too. Of course, you can stretch them just like the front mesh pocket, but one thing I really like about the side pockets is that you have one big hole that goes in from up here, and you have another one with a pull tab on the side. So like I mentioned earlier, you can take stuff out of your side pockets without having to actually take the backpack off. And I think that's the main reason why hip belt pockets were not made on this pack. I think the side pockets were built with just the right amount of mesh material and non-mesh material. And of course, you've got these compression straps on the sides of the pack, which also helps to increase the durability of it, and it goes all the way around around up to the front of the backpack right here, which also helps to secure the stuff that's in the main compartment of your backpack. So these compression straps are very helpful. And there's actually another compression strap at the bottom of the backpack right over here. And this is an option for you if you want to put your sleeping pad or sleeping bag on the outside of your backpack. It would hang at this spot right here. Personally, I've never used that strap, so if it were me, I would get rid of it, but I can see other people finding it helpful. Another feature that you have on this backpack is an ice axe attachment, which I've personally never used, but who knows what might happen in the future. So your handle goes on this attachment right here, and the axe itself goes through this bottom loop right here. Again, not something that I've used, but maybe I will in the future. And the last thing that you'll notice about the front of this backpack is that you have 3 extra straps on each of the sides in case you wanted to hang stuff on the outside of your pack. And it also helps to take the extra thread of this compression strap right here that attaches to the head of the pack. And we'll talk about that next. All right, now let's talk about the head of this pack. And as you can see, it is detachable. So the backpack itself is 58 liters, but the head is 8 of the liters. And the design is pretty simple, which I like. You have one big pocket in the front, and that's usually where I put my essentials that I need immediately, like my phone, my wallet, or my keys. And you have one more pocket on the bottom of it, which is the mesh pocket. Inside the mesh pocket, you'll find a key ring attachment, and the head can actually stretch on each sides with each of the compression straps, depending on how much you load your pack up or not. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the head, and I leave it on for just about every hike that I go on. But if you decide to detach your head, you can actually use the flap jacket to protect everything inside of the pack. I do wish that the flap jacket was detachable because I use the head in just about every hike that I go on. So the flap jacket does kind of get annoying sometimes. But again, that's a minor inconvenience that I can get over. And another thing that you'll notice about the head is that there are 3 straps on each side of the head in case you wanted to hang stuff on the outside of your head. That's something that I've never used, but I can see other people finding it helpful. So in my opinion, the design of the head is very well done. It's not too big, not too small, and it's super versatile. The last section of the pack that we haven't covered is the inside. Overall, it's pretty basic, which I enjoy. It's really easy to open and it's really easy to close. And inside you've got all the space you need. I've never had a problem with storage or getting things in the right spot with this pack, considering it is 58 liters. And you've also got a stretch pocket right here to put your water reservoir. And one thing that I love is this extra clip that they have, which goes through the top of your reservoir so that it doesn't sit at the bottom of the pack. And that really helps to balance the weight of the pack inside. And there's also an extra hole at the bottom of that pocket in case your water starts leaking, so your pack's not going to flood. And finally, there's one extra strap right here to secure everything inside the compartment. And that also really helps with the stability of this pack. There's not really much to complain about here. It's convenient, it's spacious, and the straps do a great job of maintaining balance of everything that's inside. So what's my final takeaway of the Osprey Exos 58? It's not a perfect backpack. There are a lot of features on this pack which I haven't used and I don't know if I ever will use, particularly the ice axe attachment. And I do think that the front mesh pocket could have been designed with a little bit more mesh so that it's a little bit more stretchy and I could use it a little bit more. But other than that, I love the minimalistic design, the comfortability, the weight, and the versatility are all excellent with this pack. So whether you're a beginner to hiking or you're more experienced like I am, I do think that this pack will work for most people. So just a few things. The weight of this pack is about 2 1/3 pounds, and the cost of the pack is $220, which I do think is reasonable for this pack. It's not a cheap one, but for the quality that you get, I think it's worth it. And one thing that I forgot to mention about this pack is that the official load capacity is between 20 and 40 pounds. This pack is designed intentionally for ultra-light hiking. So in order to make the most out of it, you're going to have to minimize the weight of what you carry inside as much as possible. So I'm gonna give this pack a 9.5 out of 10. It does have some flaws, but overall, I don't think I'm gonna get another backpack anytime soon. Are you thinking about getting the Osprey Exos 58, or do you already have one? What are some other packs that you're looking at or that you already own? Comment down below and let me know. And of course, please ask any questions that I did not answer in this video about the Osprey Exos 58. If you enjoyed this review of the Osprey Exos 58, please give it a like and subscribe down below. New videos are posted every Friday on this channel, either outdoor content like this video or a topic about climate change. So if that's something you don't want to miss out, then be sure to turn on that notification bell too. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next amazing adventure with the Osprey Exos 58. See ya!